Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. My name's Pat Baer, and I'm here in the Bear Cave. I'm going to build a Lego set. First and foremost, we're going to chat for a little bit. We're going to wait for a few more folks to join us. It's Saturday night, which usually is my lower numbered night, but it's going to be fun. I got to give a shout out to Harold in the chat, who is hosting. Hello, Road. Also, a shout out to Road. I'm throwing the Bear Cave emote in there. If you are currently a subscriber and you're in the chat live, throw that Bear Cave emote in there. Let the people know. Um, so no drop frame so far. Why is the background a vape cloud? Asked Road. Lastbrook is here. Harold cheered 35. Thank you so much for that cheer. Very much support it. I was getting tired of the laser background, and this is some sort of natural phenomenon that exists in the world, and I thought it was pretty cool. I did not think it was a vape cloud, and now I think it might be less cool, but I still like it, and I want to keep mixing these up more. I get really lazy. I think that beach palm tree, desert island, I used for 10 months, 6 months or something, and then in the summer I was using the winter background, to switch things up. But yeah, I got tired of the lasers, so we got this for a little while. We are going to build. It looks very neat. Thank you, Road. Lashbrook says, "Hey, Pat, can't stay or even hear you, but I thought I would check in from PAX South this restaurant." Well, Lashbrook, thumbs up to Lashbrook. I'm going to chat in. I'm also going to grab my keyboard and say, "Thanks, Lashbrook." So that way Lashbrook knows that I'm giving a shout out. But yeah, we're going to build tonight. We're building in my apartment at night. Ultron, hello, welcome. Because as many of you may know, things got bad. On Thursday, due to some scheduling stuff, I ended up streaming on location, and it's good that I can do that. It's good that, one, I have a place I can go, which allows me to... hello, The Hollow! Welcome, The Hollow! I'm very grateful that there is a place that allows me to stream, that I can go and do that, and I can do this from the road, because obviously things weren't great. And yeah, I do apologize for that. I'm going to put a poll out. Oh, Road says it keeps asking me to share this. Road subscribed for, that's 5 months in a row. Hello, Epic. Epic Open World here in the chat. Happy to have you here. And Ultron just subscribed 2 months in a row. Thank you, Ultron. Thanks, everybody, for renewing their subscriptions. It means a lot to me. We are currently at 62 subscribers. We are 7 away from the good number, the nice number. Now, I don't know if we're going to reach that because Board gifted a bunch of subs. That we had a couple other people that did some gifting towards the end of last month, so those will probably run out before we get to 69, which is okay. It's all right. It's okay if we don't get there, but it's nice. It's nice to be this high number. We'll get to the nice number someday. The number 69 is never won in NASCAR Cup Series competition. Yeah. Harold, that is a fun fact. And apparently Westbrook is having some good time in at PAX South. I was bummed that I didn't figure it out how to get to PAX South this year or make the time for it, but now that my life is kind of in a weird space, I'm happy that I'm not. We will get to building in a moment or two. I did want to just say hi to folks before we got going. But yeah, so I'm going to put a poll out on my Twitter tomorrow, and I will send a message to subscribers here, and I will also send out to my Patreon tomorrow, Sunday, to ask what I should do about my third stream of the week. Because, as far as I can tell, if it's before 9 p.m., I can't stream from my apartment before 9 p.m. Eastern Time. 8 o'clock seems okay, but a little dicey. 8:30 seems better. Right now at 9 o'clock, no drop frames. We've been going 8 minutes, no drop frames. So, no idea if I definitely can't do afternoon streams. And I want to do 3 streams a week, but I can't really always guarantee that I'll be able to stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. So I'm going to put a poll out next on Sunday and leave it up for 24 hours or whatever on Twitter. And I encourage people to be able to go and vote. If you think I should, and feel free to sound off in the comments now as we start the building process. Which you prefer? A scattered, never sure quite when during the week I'll do it, sometime Monday, sometime Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday afternoon stream from the place that I record remotely, or a Monday very late night stream. I'm talking 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Eastern time. Late night stream. I'm up for either. It's easier probably to do a late night stream, but also I will be tired, and I don't know if I'm going to have the viewers for that. But that would not replace the Thursday or Saturday stream. They'd still be 9 to 11. It's very clear that I can't stream here on Monday afternoons. It's just not going to work. Let's go to the overhead. Let's look at this. We'll start looking at the kit. I'm going to move this aside and adjust this up a little. There we go. Sounds good. Looks good. Let's see. Oh, yeah, some stuff going on there. All right. So I've got 3 kits within this kit, right? The important thing to mention is this is the Lego Creator Kit. We're doing the Space Shuttle Explorer. It's a real thing. We're building a real thing that exists in the world. As I said on Thursday, we've never built Asmo. Hello and welcome to the chat. We've never built a real world thing on stream except for Goku, who is real and my best friend. Other than Goku, we've never built anything. Giant robots do not exist. I'm so sorry, Road. Our late night streams rated mature. Well, all of these streams are 13 plus because sometimes I say bastard. So they're all 13 plus. But yeah, this is a historic moment, Ultron. This is our first creator kit for Lego, and it's our first time that what I'm going to do is I'm going to build one of these, then I'm going to take it apart, and then I'm going to build another one of these, and then I'm going to take it apart. We have built friendships, the Hollow. You're not wrong. So we're going to save the Space Shuttle, the Explorer, for last. We're not going to build that first. So I think I'm going to build the moon base first. I'm going to build the moon base, and then I'll take it apart and build the rover. But we're going to start with the moon base. So this is a 3-in-1. And originally what I thought 3-in-1 meant was you get enough parts to build all 3. It's like, no. You won't use all the parts on this, but we will use the same parts for each of the kits, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I want to put up to a vote about what I'm going to do as far as I thought about it a lot until we've been to every galaxy far away. I'm not willing to accept that U-Wings don't and haven't existed. Asmo. I appreciate that, and I understand where you're coming from. Look, I believe. So, there could be U-Wings out there. I don't have evidence to say there aren't U-Wings out there, so there might be. But, yeah. Not ready to believe that, well, I'll say this. I've seen the Explorer, parts of the Explorer, on display. I ain't never seen a U-Wing on display. Mr. Bob's here in the chat. Mr. Bob, welcome. Happy to have you here. Throwing that Bear Cave emote in there. Reminder, folks, if you're a subscriber, one of the benefits is the Bear Cave emote. Occasionally, folks ask, and I think like maybe last Saturday it got brought up. Someone asked, what is better for me if you're on Patreon or if you're on here on Twitch? I will say the benefits of Patreon are pretty good for y'all as a way to support me. I do get a higher percentage of money from Patreon than I do from Twitch. But I also can see the numbers every time I stream. I can see how many subscribers I have, and I can see how many viewers I have. And I like to see the numbers go up. So it's, however you want. And also, there are folks out there that can't financially support me. Being in the chat and viewing is huge for me. Uh, the infinite number of alternate dimensions you could have giant robots. I will never lose hope. I agree. Uh, Santini throws the Bear Cave emote in there. Thank you. And Epic says, I am okay with late night streams, but I am a fool that does not sleep when they should be sleeping. I understand. I wanted to do afternoon streams. One of the reasons I wanted to do, a weekly afternoon stream was to appeal to international friends, in particular to Smash Mouth or Johnny, um, who is an international viewer overseas from me, uh, and I thought that would be nice to be able to do an afternoon stream. But I will say this: uh, the current predicament I'm in uh, means that I can't just pick an easy time for me to be able to stream at and say consistently, well, I'll always be able to go and stream every Monday. Like this coming Monday, I can't stream in the afternoon. The place I would go to work at is closed due to the holiday. So I can't. So they're closed. So I can't go. So it's like, okay, well, I won't be able to stream on Monday then. Um, love higher numbers. Totally. Love them so much. More viewers, more exposure, higher probability of rich oil baron showing up and donating. The Hollow. Look, I'm not counting on a rich oil baron. Um, I would love it if a rich wind farmer came in and swooped in and supported me. I mean, that's the dream, right? A renewable energy baron came in and was like, here you go. But no, also it's like exposure, right? We got some followers when we got raided doing the Twitch Sing stream, and a few of those folks have become viewers, which is fun. Yes, Swoop did. Yeah, heyo. Uh, and Epic says anyone that loves video games loves it when the numbers go higher. That's why we play games. Epic, 100%. That's why clickers are so devastatingly satisfying, is because you just click on some stuff and then things happen and it's great. So this is a 285-piece kit. We do have a astronaut. There's only one minifig in this kit, which I think is a little bit of a bummer. I would have liked to have seen multiple spacemen. But I did also want to point out, I'm going to do this so I don't forget, because I don't miss a step. But I need to point out a piece that came with this kit that is a blast from my motherfucking past. Stream late night EST for the rich tech billionaires in California. That's a good call. It's like 6 episodes. Here we go. Look at this piece. Now, 90s kids and 80s kids will remember this piece. This piece was on every spaceship Lego set. Y'all, I got the old school lasers. None of this big old missile launcher thing, weird step you put in, a thing that you prunk and trigger and it shoots something. This piece was the laser. You threw them on your wings, you threw them on the top of the ship. This piece is a huge part of my 80s like childhood as a Lego builder. And when I got a little weird, I got honestly emotional when I knolled this bag. And Rhodes says, I remember that piece, except I'm a 2000s kid, born in 95. Weird. I mean, it's, I love that Lego is getting back to normal pieces. Well, Mr. Bob, I mean, to be fair, this is the Creators Club, the Creators Kit. So this is like, I don't know if you'd call it a fan kit, but it is like, I got to make sure that's the right color. Light gray or dark gray? You know what? There are no dark gray 2 ones, so that is a light gray. Okay, we're good. But yeah, so this is like a pretty traditional, like, the person, who kind of designed this is like, probably a purist or a traditionalist when it comes to Lego, for which I am very thankful, because I'm so psyched about this. I love to get back to normal faces. Love the neon green themed space Lego sets. Yes, green and black. Oh, those sets were wonderful. And Epic says, I wonder if LEGO paid NASA a royalty fee to have this kit, or the space shuttle is public domain because it's a government thing. Well, I'll say that it says Space Shuttle Explorer, but there's no logo. There are no decals in this kit. The only thing we have is we have the one computer print piece. No decals at all in this kit. No markings. There's like there's some space stuff on the suit. So this is, I assume that they have to do something, but I don't know because it is a government organization. So I don't know for sure if the name Explorer or the design is in the public domain or not. It's a good question. I just don't have an answer for it. Folks that are watching the chat, we started. We're doing the moon base first. There are 3 sets within this set, so I'm gonna have to build this, take it apart, build it again. I thought about maybe just building it and then doing another kit and then like spacing it out, but I think it's gonna be fun because I've never taken a Lego set apart on stream. In fact, every kit I've built so far, the only thing I've done is I've had to like take it apart into sections to put it back in its own box because it's easier to store it in the box than it is to, completely null it or whatever, or store them separately. So I haven't taken a kit apart on stream, and I think it would be fun to kind of like, not race to do it, but to have a little fun with it, I think. So we need 2 dark gray, 3 pinks. All right. Explorer was never the name of a shuttle. Oh, Harold. Well, that's an accurate. You're right. That's right. This is built based on a real thing, but it wasn't called the Explorer. Okay. Good thing you have that pry wrench thing. Yes. So this kit also did not come with the separator, but we do have. I've built enough kits to have a bunch of these. That does answer that, Harold. You're totally right. Okay. This is based on a real design, though. The shuttle is very similar to a real design. I think the rover, they take a lot of the rover, which we'll build next. They take a lot of liberties with, but it's still a cool-looking thing. And this, I think, is a very cool-looking kit in general. So happy to build it. That is a convincing space shuttle name. Yes, I totally thought it was the name of a real space shuttle. That goes to show my ignorance. But it is based on a real design, which, is more than the other ones. So thanks everybody for hanging out tonight. Do appreciate it. As I said, I was so frustrated this week with all of the shenanigans. And in the future, like my current job stuff is kind of up in the air. There are many questions I have still about what's going on with me. So my streaming schedule is gonna change. There exists the possibility that I might have more weeknight availability, and I might not have an afternoon stream. So this idea of doing a late night stream, just so that I can get 3 streams in, that might be temporary. It might not be something I have to do, or I might have to start working on a Thursday night or on a Saturday night. I would prefer not to. I like having those nights off, and I like streaming on those nights. Thursday in particular seems to be Thursday 9 to 11 Eastern time. Y'all seem to be pretty much psyched to be there. So I would like to keep that, but like I said, I don't know because I have to pay my rent and eat food. Those are important things. Epic throws out a gauntlet of a question. This is for everyone, not just for me. Epic asks, question for everyone. If space tourism becomes a thing and you have the opportunity, would you want to do it? I am afraid of heights and do okay on planes, but orbiting the Earth might be too much. I'd like to think that, personally anyway, that while I am also afraid of heights, and don't particularly enjoy flying, that space might be almost like going deep underwater. And that, I think it would be cool. I've never been freaked out by a glass bottom boat, which is a weird comparison probably, but that's kind of where my head goes. So I think I would feel okay about it. Harold says expletive, yes. Uh, Road says if I have access to the internet and it's proven safe, yeah, sure. Ultron says hell yeah. And Pugs says loved experience zero gravity at least once, maybe as an old man. Yeah, I've if the opportunity in my life ever presented itself that I could do that thing where you're in when you're in a plane and you go to zero gravity for like 15, 30 seconds or whatever, I'd do that. I think that's cool. Um, where you're just suddenly weightless for a brief moment, and then they have to like go down again, and you're not weightless. Okay, so these can move, but then I'm putting a piece on it that makes it so they don't move. I assume this is just like, oh, we need a table inside the moon base, so we'll use these parts for the other design. What I assume is that they designed the shuttle, and they were like, okay, then let's try to build a moon base with the pieces we already have. That would be fun. That would be actually a fun exercise, would be to like take a bunch of Lego pieces and see what you can build with them. Oop, I'm off by one. Put this on in the wrong place. There we go. I was off. Where's my build? Now I'm right. Is the spaceport experience like the airport? Because I hate dealing with TSA and boarding process. Yeah, I'm sure it's better in some ways and worse in others. Based on the people who do YouTube videos on the planes, I don't think that's an outrageous expensive. Yeah, Mr. Bob, I'm sure it's not. It's probably just opportunity based. So it's something I could certainly do in my lifetime. But that's something I always thought would be cool to do. Before I forget, because I was going to bring it up on Thursday and actually forgot to say it, so that I will say it now so that I do not forget. I recommend, if it exists the possibility, because the internet's a big place. If you are already not following Kate Stark on Twitch, go to Twitch TV/Kate and follow Kate. For folks watching on YouTube later, watching here, you want to go and follow Kate. She just celebrated her 3-year anniversary of being a streamer, and she's done some incredible things, and I'm very proud of her. And her new apartment, she just finished the room, her streaming room, because she has room for that, which is awesome, and I'm jealous. Yeah, so she just started doing. So she was celebrating last night. It was her 3-year anniversary. And so, yeah, if you're not already following, Kate does gaming streaming, variety of games, and is overall just lovely. And her chat is the second best chat on Twitch. This is the best chat on Twitch. Hers is very good. If you're already not following her, I recommend it. I popped into Kate's stream for like 10 minutes and someone gifted me a sub. I didn't even think I was chatting. Yeah, I mean, they've been going on some follow trains and some gift trains lately. Pug says followed her after Will Smith started streaming with her. Yes, so yeah, they met through I believe Jeff Grubb doing the games PUBG invitational stuff. I believe they realized that they were kindred spirits in the world of certain games. Okay, so I need a 3-pin black, and I don't see one. Oh, there it is. I have some of them stacked up. Couldn't see them because they were stacked up. I know that too well. Mr. Bob says, I have a subscription I have never tuned in. Well, you should, Mr. Bob, because she's great. Kate is a major PUBG streamer. If anyone wants to know how to get good at Game Watcher. Yeah, she's legitimately really great at PUBG. And also, like, is just nice. Just a sweetheart. Always cites when I'm at the same conventions as Kate. Always nice to see her. when our paths cross because she's just lovely. And like I said, has a very lovely community of wonderful folks. Uh, yes, very space inspired, totally. Uh, yeah, she's just good people, and I want to celebrate her. So I try to, even though like comparatively, it's she should be giving me shout outs, and she has. Don't. I'm not here to say she hasn't. Um, she's been very supportive, but like, yeah, clearly way more subscribers. Also, she walked into Twitch from a good position, much the same way that I've built myself on the internet doing other things. Her brother is Graham Stark, so she has been mostly through helping with the charity stream stuff for Loading Ready Run. But like people in that community knew her when she started streaming, so she did have a little bit of leg up there, which is helpful. Do what you got to do. Get those get that support where you can get that support. I greatly benefit. I think my first big jump to viewers because I first started streaming, I think I was streaming for like 4 or 5 or 6 people, and I was happy to do that as I was starting to build up. And then, gosh, I think I broke 30 viewers at the same time because Gerstmann just happened to retweet me once, uh, and some people who didn't know that I was streaming came in, which is great. But yeah, I've had some lovely folks come in to support me, which has been nice. I still got to do something with Will. I don't know what to do. Will Smith and I, Internet Will Smith and I, need to do something together. I don't know what. I'd love to get stream with him if and when he next time he comes to New York, but I don't know if that'll work out. There's a nice thing about doing remote streams is that I could pretty easily make it so that we could stream together. All right. And one of these. Great. So working on our moon base here. Should be fun. We are going to work on the kit that Rich Gallup purchased. That'll be the next thing we build after this. But we will have this for a little while because, as I said, I got 3 kits in one. Is he still doing VR stuff, or is he full-time popular guy on the internet? I mean, he's always going to be a popular guy on the internet, but he also is still working in VR technologies. That is his day job, is running his own VR technologies company. The Foo Show is a thing that he does, and certainly they kickstarted it, and that was helpful for him. But I think primarily he does a lot of contract work using his technologies, like the stuff that they've worked on, to help, proof of concepts and business. And like I said, I don't know his business model. I don't know everything about what he's doing, but that seems to be it. Mr. Bob says I got my first VR. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Bob. Will has lots of Lego experience. Yes, I mean, Chihuahua Pugs, part of this is a joint thing between one, loving the Lego builds. I love the Lego builds from the old tested days, and two, the goof that Austin Walker did for Game of the Year one year, where he had a fake Gunpla building channel. Those two things combined into what this is. This is the combination of those two things. Knowing that there was an audience out there for Lego building. So that's why I included Lego in what I was doing. And then also realizing from Austin's video that I really just wanted to build Gunpla. I just hadn't built it in a long time. And like many people, when you make the thing you like a job, it means that you got to do your job. At least that's how I am. I'm excited to see if anything he does is on PSVR. Mr. Bob, I don't believe it is right now. I mean, he may have done some contract work. As far as I know, Foo Show is just for PC streaming. And there's also a 2D like mode that's still in beta that I've had to use, which has been a bummer. Okay. So I need 2 corner white pieces. Got those. And one 4-prong, got that. I'm just going to put this out there. I think it'd be a good idea if you put that Gunpla Austin build for the Game of the Year on your wish list. Send me a link, Asmo. I don't remember what it was. Like, I legitimately don't remember, but tell me what it was. I'll put that. It's been a long time since I watched that video, so I don't remember. But yeah, send me a link. Um, it's a high-grade goof from MS. Oh yeah, but send me the link and I'll throw it on there. That's nice. Yeah, I just don't. I couldn't recall off the top of my head what he built. Um, Speaking of wish list, I bought two things. One is a thing that I'm saving for March. I bought a 200 something piece kit. The face would mean Mondays. Yes. Uh, uh, I bought two kits. One, like I said, is going to be for when I go to PAX East, so I can stream for PAX East. I'll throw the link in the Discord. Thank you, Asmo. I believe you can link to it here in chat, but also feel free to post it in the Discord. As a subscriber, you should be able to post links, but I may have disabled that. I don't think I did, but also feel free to just throw that in the Discord. Folks, if you're not in the Discord, I'll do it now. I'm going to do it in the middle. Mr. Bob says, I'm putting someone's kid through college over at Bluefin. Yeah, I hear that. I'm going to put a link to the Build with Bear community here in the chat. Feel free to jump in. That is my Discord. I'll mention that in the break in about half an hour anyway, but I feel like I might as well mention it now. I post stuff, people post photos. As always, I haven't mentioned this on stream in a while. I feel like if you're ever building anything, if you're painting model, hey, are you putting IKEA furniture together? You painting some miniatures? You're building a Lego set? Send me photos on Twitter. I will retweet. I retweet all of them. I always try to make sure that I do that because I love seeing what people are working on and sharing that. So yeah, feel free to always be able to do that. Yeah. So I also bought another kit that's coming on Tuesday. So that'll be later down the road. It'll be up for voting. One of the other kits I bought to build is I bought an Optimus Prime model kit. I've never built a Transformer. I'm so excited to do that. I just went and did it. It dropped in price another little bit, and I was like, I'm going to go for it. This was all from, like stuff I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be frugal about my money and buy a kit that's going to take a little while to build, but I think will be interesting for y'all. And generally, folks that don't come here every single time, or every single stream, kind of get a little excited when it's something like a new thing. Like I like to think that some folks will be interested in seeing a Transformer build. So we're going to do that. I think that'll be fun. Road says, I feel awkward sending stuff since it's all not built stuff, just writing and drawing and stuff. Road, I understand that, but especially, I know that you sometimes work on stuff while I'm streaming, and I think that's really fun. And if you don't want to send it to me on Twitter, if you want to post it in the Discord for just the Discord folks, if it's too public to be on Twitter, I understand that. Or if you don't feel like sending stuff to me, that's also fine. I know you work on stuff while I stream, and I think that's rad. Does putting my life together one day at a time count? Totally epic. Put that life together. I'm still working on my master grade Titans MK2 Gundam. Progress has been agonizingly slow. Ultron, I feel that. I used to, when I wasn't building for this, when I was just building in my spare time, I have a couple Lego sets that I had done for, after a while of not doing them. And I remember it was just a really slow process because I wasn't dedicating enough time for that part of my hobby because I just didn't have the time. I'm grateful to make the time. Like I said, I don't know exactly what my schedule is going to be like in the future. I am dedicated to continue to stream, not to continue. This week didn't happen. This week I streamed twice because of the Monday shenanigans and Wednesday shenanigans. I only streamed twice. So next week will be the first week I officially stream 3 times a week because I've hit that $150 on Patreon, and I'm gonna make the time next week and get you that third stream because I really want to do that. And I post on Twitter myself. Just feel like at this point I'm gonna, hey, give me attention. Well, Road, I mean, it's celebrating, especially if you built, if you're working on something while we're streaming, or just in general. I like sharing that stuff. And hey, I'm probably the wrong person to talk about attention. What with me being a Twitch streamer, I certainly want some attention. But it's nothing wrong with being like, hey, look what I did. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we got to be our own biggest cheerleader. It's important. There's like fabric tubing in that kit. Ultron, we did that plastic thing on one of those Gundams. I really did not enjoy that. That weird, like, tubing thing. I don't like it. I don't like that at all. Yeah, we did that on one of those kits. I did not enjoy. I got better at it, but did not enjoy it. All right, so we need two white and 4 gray with a hole in it. Great, easy enough to find those. If that tubing is anything like the real grade, most of the tubing is hidden under armor. Yeah, a lot of times, yeah. I actually have to measure and cut. Yes, Ultron. It's so weird. It's like, why am I? What is this? Why am I doing this work? Zorbs, welcome. Happy to have you here, Zorbs. Welcome back to the chat. That's probably what I'm buying next. Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense. It's one of those things. Like, it's just a weird kit. Zorbs, happy to have you here in the chat. I gotta do one quick thing, y'all. Give me 1 second. I gotta add Noah orbs. Let's see. Yeah. Great. Cool. Santini says that's probably the one I'm buying next. We'll finish the HD RG MG series for me. I want one of each club demo for your modeling club that has no exposure. Oh, you're going to demo about Gunpla to your modeling club that has no exposure to Gunpla. That's awesome. Mr. Bob says, I want to do more MGs, but HGs come out every month, and they've been getting more out there with each release. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I prefer to do master grades here. I think it's, the level I like to build at on these streams. But there are interesting high grades that come out. And then also, master grades are in the 1/100 scale, which I prefer. And I don't like working in the 1/44 scale, as many of you know. It's just not the scale I like to work in. All right. So we're working on our moon base here. Obviously, the photo is of the space shuttle, but this is a 3-in-1. This is our first 3-in-1. The first time we're ever going to build something and then take it apart. So I got to remind myself, I got my phone right here, so I can take a photo once we're done there, when we're done with the build, so that I can take it apart on stream. We need one of these here. Sorb says, started to look for another master grade, want something really colorful this time. Last one was too dark overall. I understand that. I think the only thing right now, the only limit I'm putting on myself is I don't know if I'm ever going to do another clear model kit. I think that clear one looked very cool, but it doesn't, like in person, but it doesn't read great on stream. So I don't think it's a good streaming kit. There it is. That's what I need, is this piece here. So I don't think I will do another clear model. Epic says, so I don't do models, so I have no idea. Is MJ and issue just rarity or quality tier, similar rating tier items? Um, uh, Asmo, thanks for posting. So to answer your question, Epic, and this comes up, so I'm happy you asked because people do ask this on occasion. So we are talking about level of complexity, cost, um, amount of pieces. So you've got perfect grade, incredibly intricate, hundreds and hundreds of little pieces combined. Very few of those. Master grade, high quality, looks great, lots of joints. A leg is going to be like 25 pieces. High grade, the HG, cheaper. A leg is going to be like 8 pieces. You know, it's going to be like a whole section instead of a lot of little sections. Sometimes they throw in some tricks in the high grade, some fun, but mostly the high grade are pretty basic. They're a good starter position, especially the 1/100 scale. That's a great place to start. And then the other examples are there's a real grade. Real grade are like high grades with some tricks you'd find in the master grade. And then the RE100 is also similar, but in the 1/100 scale, which just means it's bigger, bigger size. That 144 is a small size, 1/100 is bigger, 160 is very big. Perfect grades are 160. There's some no grades and 160, but generally you're talking about perfect grades. So high grade is a great place to start. High grade is going to be oh yeah, the 1/100s with colors that pop are the RE100 line. Yeah, those look really good. Zorb says, Master Grade hands blew my mind. I still can't believe how much articulation there is. Yeah, so that's Zorb's, that's a great comparison. So high grade, a high grade hand, most of the time, is just going to be like this. You can replace the thumb. You've got 4 fingers here and a claw. You can take the claw off and you can put another thing in there. Some master grades are going to have like multiple fingers, and then they'll even have like the top of the finger, the bottom of the finger, and just go along, and there'll be a lot of articulation. You're going to find that more in a master grade compared to a high grade. There's going to be more for you to do. Not all. The Tall Geese 3 that we built was just hands. Was just like kind of like the high grade hands. The last kit we just finished. So it's not every time, but more times the master grade are more expensive, and there's more to do there. All right, so we're going to put the moon base aside here for a second. We're building some other stuff here. Working on some sort of dome here for our space base, our moon base, as it were. But yeah, I mean, I prefer to work with a master grade or the RE100. I did that once. And then also Epic. There's also, I forgot about full mechanics, but full mechanics is another term, but that's only for one line of Gundams, and it's just extra stuff. It's just extra stuff. Okay, I've never been good at working with my hands, so this type of thing I know would be a thing I know would be terrible at. Well, then I would say if you're feeling not confident about that, then probably it would be good. You know, like Lego sets are fun because sometimes you screw up and you got to get yourself the separator, but most of the time it's just like following instructions, putting things together. You don't have to break anything out. If you're gonna take the splurge, I would say Lego is very therapeutic, Asmo. I agree with you. But if you are interested in giving it a shot, I recommend getting a high grade of a kit you know about, right? So if there is one Gundam show you happen to know, get the high grade from that. If you don't know a show or you don't know a Gundam particularly well, that can't really help you there. But like, I always say that when I was starting out, I was really glad that the first Gundams I ever built were from Gundam Wing, because I knew that show very well and I knew what the Gundams were supposed to look like. These days, I built a lot of kits. The next kit I'm going to build, this Sengoku Astra, from Gundam Builders. I've never seen this Gundam in action, so I'm gonna just have to be following instructions and hoping for the best. I will say about this kit, I haven't been talking a lot about this kit because it's just been easy here. Uh, there's gold. I like this gold color. I think it's really nice. Um, I'm a little washed out because of my green screen stuff, or not washed out, but I'm paler. I'm paler in this than I am in the real life. All right, keep working on our moon base. Where does this piece go? Oh, here it goes. There. I think a high grade is a super good place to start. Get one numbered 190 plus if they've been made for 15 years, and newer kits don't need much effort to look good. Yeah, Mr. Bob, I agree with you. You know, you're gonna have some stickers, but not a lot of stickers. Um, you're not gonna have a lot of water stuff. Things that have come out in the last couple of years, in general, are just gonna be the quality is just gonna be good, and you'll have a fun time putting it together. So I do recommend that. Oh, good. Zorbs showed up. Zorbs is now a VIP, long-time supporter here on the stream. Had to make you a VIP. So happy to do that. Water decals. Yeah. We've never done a water decal on this stream. We've done stickers. We've done Lego decals. We've never done a water decal. I don't think we ever will, because that is just not a thing that I have any interest in doing. I don't even like doing stickers. I mostly do stickers because sometimes we do high grades and you really need to do them. But, yeah, I'm not interested in doing sticker work, really. We need more. We got a few more steps here. We'll get through this here. I think we'll take our, conversation break, and I'll do all my, promotional stuff once I finish this. But I think in this stream we'll get through. Well, obviously, we're going to do one of these. We might even build the rover as well, finish the rover. The shuttle will probably have to wait just because, takes a little while to build stuff. I had the worst sticker disaster with a real grade this week. Oh, Mr. Bob, that's heartbreaking to hear. I don't even know the details yet, but I already know. I feel so bad. Ugh. Road says, decided to join the Discord. I don't know if I'll share much there, but at least poke around once in a while. Yeah, I mean, honestly, really, look, some people post some photos, and I always appreciate that. I post links to all the stuff I do, so if you're like, oh, I wasn't on Twitter, I don't know what's going on with Pat, you just go to the general, and you can see all the stuff I've been working on. I post build photos after every stream, and some folks do promote themselves, including Harold, and various other folks here do jump in to let people know what's going on. Oh, so we got our door here. You can see that there into the base. Yes, Harold does plug his stream, and some other people do as well. The Discord is very laid back. Sometimes people will post photos of this is what I bought for Christmas. Here's the Lego set that I'm going to build next. It's pretty chill. So Mr. Bob says about his sticker disaster, it would not stick to tweezers or one of my pry sticks, and immediately got stuck to the surface, hanging off 50% on the side. Ugh. Ugh. Me hopping on Discord. Please like my bad Twitter jokes. Hell yeah, Road. Hell yeah. But yeah, well, you're welcome to join. Everybody's always welcome. Like all the stuff I do, my end hope is to be a welcome place on the internet. I don't know if I've said on here, it's been a while since I probably publicly said, some people ask, why did you do 404ing it? Why did you do that show that, led to all the stuff I'm doing now? And the real easy answer is, a very good friend of mine, Kirk D'Amato, who is a comedian living in Los Angeles, at the time was in New York, and said, I wish that there was a way for you to explain to me about the stuff that you reblog on Tumblr. Like, it's all interesting, but I don't understand it, and I wish there was like a show where you explained to me why you liked something and why it was cool. And I was like, oh, well, that could be a show. I could just do that show. And so I did that show. And that was what 404ing it was. And then Kirk was on the very first one, the pilot for it at UCB. Um, and we did like a weird debate that was very silly and fun. And I've never done a debate since because even though it was fun, wasn't actually right for the show. Uh, and it was a really good time. And it realized like, oh, okay, this is this is something that I should be doing. And I got guests and did it for a bunch. And did it at PAX's and then stopped doing it in New York. And now the one I did at PAX East last year is the last one I will do for a while. I will someday return um, to 404ing it, but uh, it is a lot of work. And while I really do genuinely enjoy doing that show, it is hard to do that and then also run a table and various other things that I do, uh, for PAX. It's hard to just do that stuff. Whereas improvised postmortem, not super hard. It's a very good show, and I really enjoy doing it, and people seem to like it, but it does not require hours and hours of research. I mean, this last PAX East show, right? I was getting videos from people while I was on the train at 2 in the morning going to PAX. I was getting videos for my panelists because I'm giving them homework. And of course, they have jobs and stuff, and I can't expect them to just have the time to get all the stuff I need them to get for me. So it was sometimes very tough to get that stuff done. Uh, so I'm not taking a break from it. Harold says it was always a must attend for me, and I agree that it was a fun show. I love it. I mean, it's what brought me to the table, um, and all of the many wonderful things I got to do here. Like I'm always so grateful for everyone that like has helped me along the way and let me do a cool show. Um, but yeah, it's tough to find the time. Even just doing panels, like honestly, I got invited to be on a panel for PAX East, and if it's during show hours, like show floor hours, I'm going to decline it because I need to focus on running the table at PAX East. Like really, I only want to be away from the the booth for League of Heels, like when League of Heels is happening, because that's just to me that makes the most sense for the time investment I have. Because like especially with Aaron will have it PAX East, I believe. Things could change, but I believe. But that'll be first time Aaron's been there since he moved to San Diego. So I fucking want Aaron to be able to like go see his family and to go see friends and to like go buy a bunch of comics from a comic book shop to sell in his own shop because someone's gonna been saving him stuff for months or whatever the fuck he's gonna do. I want him to be able to go do that stuff. So yeah, I have to like unfortunately prioritize some other things. And like I said, the wonderful, easy for me to put together show has always been, now anyway, improvised postmortem. And also, I could put that on the internet and monetize it. And people watch the whole thing. People watch all of it. It's wonderful. Thank you so much, folks that watch them. But I can just, rip that off Twitch, put that up, booyah, done. I don't have to have it filmed. I could just, grab the Twitch stream, put that right up, and people watch it, and then I can do some cool stuff with YouTube money. Two of my three top earners for 2018 were the two league. The two whatever. Oh, improvised postmortem. I had a brain thing there. I don't know why. Um, but yeah, those were the two shows that people watch the most. And then the number one clip I have is like something that's totally unrelated to anything I do on these streams. I just have a random clip on the internet of a podcast that does very well. So one of the cool things here is that this opens up here, and then this opens up, and that's pretty cool. And then this doesn't open up. I thought it did, but it doesn't. All right, so almost done here. We can use our computer monitor piece. Some lovely red color here. Oh yeah, this opens up too, but it doesn't close. It opens up, doesn't close. So there's some fun movement stuff with this kit, which I like. Improvised Postmortem is a great pick-me-up when I'm in a funk, and hell yeah, I watched the whole thing. Well, thank you, Asmo. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a long-form piece of content, and anytime you're doing anything long, so you get diminishing returns. You just get, you get some people that watch, but not the whole thing, and that's understandable. But the more people watch, the more likely that they'll watch through ads that appear in it, and then that's I get a payout from Google AdSense, and then I can buy more cool things to build on stream or buy equipment or whatever. I got Twitch payout the other day, which is very helpful. I've got certainly more of that coming because of the nice spike in y'all and support from y'all of subscribers, and that's helpful for me to be able to do more cool things. All right, so where's this go? Does that hang off? Oop, I missed a step. That's why it didn't work right. That's what happens when you're moving too quickly. Improvised Postmortem is also a great show. Well, thank you, Harold. I appreciate that. I do very much enjoy that show. I'm happy that people like it. It's really fun for me. No guarantees on anyone's schedule or availability, but I do have a 90% confirmed first time at PAX East stand-up comedian, a professional comedian. He is a stand-up comedian and also a paid comedy writer doing PAX East show. You heard it here first. Not going to say who it is, but it is, I have booked a very funny person. Certainly not the first stand-up we've had on the show. I believe that would be Casey Malone last year was the first stand-up I've ever had on the show. As far as the PAX variety. Yeah, I have a tentatively booked guest who is incredible. I am missing a piece. I'm missing a white piece, y'all. Oh, found it. The minifig was hiding it. I found it. But yeah, I mean, I have to start figuring some stuff out about PAX. I have my Airbnb all set up. I haven't bought my train ticket. It's been weird to think about that show because I don't have a job right now. And so it's strange to... I mean, I have a job, but I won't have a job. I don't have a job for March. So it's strange for me to be planning this trip knowing that, like, I don't have gainful employment. I'm working on it. Just I don't have anything right now. So it's like, hey, here's hoping that the new thing I start at will allow me to take time off. At the very least, a Thursday and a Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday off. Because even if I have to, take the train up Thursday morning, like I did last year, I'll do that. It's hard when you start a new gig to be like, hey, I want to start as soon as possible. And also, this one weekend, here I can't. Mr. Bob says, PAX is the most expensive thing for me, and I can't BS travel out of work anymore. That's a bummer. Rode says, I'm going to bounce since I got something else going on. So bye. Have a great rest of the stream, Pat and everyone. Rode, thank you for jumping in. As always, Rode, thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thanks for chatting. As always, folks, I'm totally, obviously, not all 12 of you that are watching right now are in the chat. Some of you are just doing other things, or, you're not chatters. You're lurkers. I get that. And there's no bad connotation for me about lurker because I'm a lurker. I'm on a bunch of fucking message boards that I do not post on, but I find cool stuff on and enjoy. So there's nothing wrong with that. On occasion, I run out of things to say, and so like it when people were chatting. But yeah, Mr. Bob, PAX, PAX West is a rough one. I mean, I've had to fundraise to be able to go to it, right? So it's certainly not a thing that I can just do willy-nilly anymore. I have to make arrangements for it, and this year will be no different. I don't know how that's going to work, but I want to go. Eating at PAX East is also super rough. Yeah, I mean it's hard. You have to kind of eat in the convention center, or what I end up doing is in my Airbnb, if I have fridge access, I will buy a couple sandwiches and keep them in the fridge, and then just like toast them in a toaster oven, or heat them up in an oven, or microwave them, the meat or whatever. But I've done a lot of late night sandwiches because there's just not a lot of food choices right there. Harold says, I booked my plane tickets for PAX East today. I had enough frequent flyer points for one way. Hell yeah, Harold. Congratulations. That's awesome. Congrats on that. That rules. And Mr. Bob says, PAX Unplugged being next to a Wawa is life-changing. I stopped at that Wawa like 2 times. I also ate chicken tenders and french fries up from the 3rd floor every day because I couldn't really leave the booth too much. Eric Canis was very helpful in that. All right, so I gotta take a photo of this, but this is our finished product. This is one, and so I'm gonna end up doing is like obviously we didn't use all the parts, but we used all of the parts here to build this. We're gonna take it apart. We're gonna build our rover next. But I want to take a photo of this now. But I'll show off this part here, and this part here, and this. Like this is kind of I guess these are supposed to be like solar panels, because it doesn't close down. But yeah, this is our cool little moon base. Yeah, if you don't know Wawa, I mean, Wawas are great. I'm not going to say anything about Benton. I would never say anything negative about a Wawa. I love them. All right, so let me take a photo of this here. The moon base. We finished our moon base. Take a look at that. Yeah, that looks good. Moon base, done. All right, so while I take apart this moon base, or why I'm so obsessed with a cat station, yeah. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to know this thing because all these parts, not all these parts, but a lot of these parts are gonna end up in our rover here, our space rover. So we're gonna have to take some stuff apart. Hello, Johnny. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Harold, if you like sandwiches that you designed by going up to a computer monitor and punching in a bunch of stuff for how you want your sandwich made, Wawa's pretty great. Johnny, happy to have you in the chat. I'm gonna be knolling some parts here and disassembling this kit. This is a 3-in-1 Lego Space Shuttle Explorer. We built the moon base. Now we have to take the moon base apart so that we can build the rover. So I'm going to just start taking pieces apart here and doing my general first and foremost. If you're not already following, please consider giving me a follow. Set your notifications so you know when I'm streaming. That's the easiest way to support me on here if you can't do it financially. So that would be a big help if you could do that. I would appreciate it very much. Tell your friends. If you can't financially support me here, tell someone about what we do here so they can learn about the cool stuff. If you have a friend that does model kit building or just likes a cool chat where we talk about anime, which obviously is going to come up after the this ad break in the second half, we'll talk about it. There's some sandwich chat happening in the chat, which is good. I also consider subscribing on here if you're not already. $5 for a monthly subscription, or you can use your if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it. You can use your Twitch Prime linked to that. That's hugely supportive for me. The money I make on that and what I'm about to talk about next goes into just buying equipment and kits so that I can build for you. Because unlike a game streamer who buys a game and can get hundreds of hours out of it, I have to keep buying kits. I guess I could take kits apart and build them again, like we're doing here. But outside of this, that would seem weird. I also have a Patreon. Feel free to support me on that if that's what will be interest to you. I would love to get more supporters on Patreon. $1, you get a Q&A video that no one else gets. I do Q&A videos just for my Patreon. So that's consider that as a way to support me. That's one way you can do that. Also, $5 gets all the videos that I put up a day early. So tomorrow, my $5 supporters are going to see Monday's Let Pat Play video, which is my first time ever on my Let Pat Play where I am doing an emulated game. Let Pat Play has generally been PC games, and this is an emulated game. So that's the first time I'm doing that. It's an old Super Nintendo game that I'm playing on an emulator. So that's the first for that. And like I said, $5 supporter gets it early. And $10 get to vote on stuff, which would be very fun. Well, I do the voting thing now and again on kits that I'm going to build. And yeah, like I said, voters in that are for my $10 on Patreon. I also have an Amazon wish list. Consider getting something off that. You'll jump the line. I always build stuff off the wish list before I build anything else. And so consider getting something on there. If there's something you don't see on the wish list that you think, Pat, you should put that on the wish list, tell me. Let me know. I always am interested in building stuff off that and putting new things in there, trying new kits. I've got a coffee. Throw $1 or $2 in that coffee. One-time donation if you'd like to do that. Help me out. I would appreciate it. I already mentioned my Discord, but I'll say it again. The Build with Bear community is rad, and so please consider joining that. It is a very relaxed, nice channel, and you're welcome to jump in on that and be cool. Because if you're watching this, you're cool. You're relaxed. You're nice. You're excited about stuff. But you're not, rude about it. You're good people. So feel free to be in my good person Discord. Last night's Shit Arcade was incredible. It was so fun. I don't have a link to the next one. I'm not doing the next one, probably. I don't think Mike's going to ask me back immediately. But it was really fun. Saw a few people I haven't seen in a while, including Sean Allen. It was very nice to see Sean. And a few other folks that I don't see too often. Gita Jackson was incredible. It was so nice to finally meet her in person. Had not done that. We had not crossed paths, but it was very fun because she was just like, yeah, how have we not met? And I was like, I don't know. We're in New York, and there's so few games and games adjacent people because I always consider myself a friend of games. I looked up time killers after you mentioned on Twitter, and it seems like a thing. Dang, y'all. That was the last game we played. It's a fighting game. It seems terrible, but also incredible. I had never heard of it before, and it was an experience, and I'm so glad we ended with it because it was very fun to end that show with that game. Woof, it was a piece of work. And then the people that made that went on to make the console versions, not the arcade, but the console versions of Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Which is just nonsense. It's complete nonsense. So we're nulling. We finished the one kit. We're going to null, and then we'll start our next one. So I'm just doing by color here. Can't really do anything else besides nulling by color on this stage. Johnny says, so today I bought Dragon Quest 11. and streamed it some, and was disappointed to find that after the intro, the performance of the game tanked, so my PC isn't good enough to stream it, I guess. Johnny, that is disappointing. Yeah, it sounds like that means your settings are. It could be what you're using for OBS, but it's also a lot. Probably has to do with just the idea of running your computer to stream and also running the games. Like I don't run anything too tech intense, like Hearthstone, Jackbox. Those are the things that I run when I'm doing live streaming of things. I try to keep it pretty low profile because my computer's good, but it's not like when I played Yakuza 0, I had the settings pretty low and it worked out okay. I think that's probably the most intense game I've done. Although I have been thinking about doing a series, and I don't think it's going to be. I don't know if it will be a streaming series or if it will be a YouTube series. But let me know what you think about doing about this. What if I did? Well, Fire, I actually said Street Fighter, the movie, the game. So you can also check out if you need to, but I just want to make sure. Street Fighter, the movie, the game. The people that made that also made Time Killers, which is a piece of work. Johnny says, I had Yakuza 0 on very high settings and it worked fine on my PC, so I expect JRPG to not completely tank my computer. I understand. I know what you mean. Okay, so let me know what you think about this, y'all, as a thing that I could do a series on. Fallout New Vegas with a bunch of mods and maybe cheats, like console commands, but definitely a lot of mods. Like a mod-heavy, weird version of Fallout New Vegas. Not like the whole cloth, like extra stuff, but like a bunch of cool, like life-saving, helpful mods. Maybe some graphics mods. Well, Foray, I don't know if it makes it better, but it just wanted you to, have the right information before you made your decision. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing. I just love Fallout New Vegas. So I was thinking about doing some kind of Fallout series. And I don't know if it would be like Let Pat Play, or if it would be its own thing, kind of like the Pokemon. Doing the like like Pat Plays Pokemon thing, which was just like I never did live. I did live once, so I don't know. I don't know which one I would do, but that's the thing I've been thinking about doing. What I'm going to definitely do is I'm going to download Fallout, and then yeah, Johnny, I hear what you're saying. Like if you're buying games to stream them, or if you're buying games with the idea that you would also use them for that, then finding out you can't do it is a real bummer. And yeah, Fire says game and stream on the same machine needs a lot of cores. It's a lot when you're not just like capturing on one PC and then streaming out of the captured device. Like that's why some people play on PS4 or Xbox and just game capture, or they have two computers, which is certainly a luxury. But yeah, I understand. If one of the reasons why you're buying stuff is to then be able to stream it, it is rough if you don't know if it's going to work or not. That's very rough. I feel you. I'm going to say this right now, y'all. I really like this kit. I think it's very fun that it's a 3-in-1. I'm excited about taking this apart and building something new with it. Kind of sucks that it doesn't come with a separator. This is one of my others. I have a dozen separators now, half a dozen, because I have enough big Lego sets I've built, and I keep them separate from the kits. But I don't like that it didn't come with a separator, because you have to separate these pieces. It's imperative to the whole idea of it being a 3-in-1 is that when you build one way, you're probably not done. You're going to build it all the ways and then keep the one you like, which is why we're ending with the shuttle, because I want to keep it as a shuttle. So we're going to build it as a rover next. Put put all kinds of goofy mods in New Vegas. I'd watch that. Uh, it's one of the reasons I run Threadripper with 12 cores. Yes, I mean that's if you can do that, hell yeah. Um, uh, uh, Modded New Vegas. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff you can do with New Vegas. Uh, yeah, I think the idea of like adding in mods in every video, or like starting with a bunch of mods, but also like heavily cheating. Like there is a New Vegas thing where you are always 99% in VATS. You can enter a command, and you always do 99% minimum, and then of course different things like that, like adding God mode and all that, having the ability to have multiple companions walk around, so you could have Eddie, and you could have uh, you know if you want to have two friends walk around with you, and get yourself a posse. But yeah, I've been thinking about a mod heavy, cheat heavy version of Fallout, and just like goof around and not care. Like having 100% on speech checks. All speech checks are always going to work, and you don't have to worry about that from the beginning of the game. Animals are your friends and will fight for you in the wilderness. Like having just like so many perks. Like just sounds so fun and nonsense that I'm thinking about doing it. Uh, uh, oh, the Project Nevada mod. Yeah, that seemed cool. I didn't do a lot with that, but I did like the look of it. Uh, as I said, I'd watch the New Vegas series, but I also just project planned out the rest of my holiday weekend, so maybe I shouldn't be trusted on anything. Uh, yeah, I hear you. That's I don't know. It's been a thing that I've been thinking about doing, because I like Let Pat Play, um, but I've been thinking about, like, I'm kind of theming this month a little bit on Gunpla. So I'm going to finish up this month on Gunpla, and then I've been thinking about doing like a weekly, Fallout New Vegas, like just streaming for half an hour, 45, not even streaming, just doing 45 minutes, half an hour videos. Because recording in OBS while I'm playing isn't bad. It works out pretty good. Uh, get yourself a Deathclaw pal. Yeah, yeah, you can mod in a Deathclaw friend and have a Deathclaw pet. There's some really weird New Vegas mods. I'd have to look through all of them. And of course, there's a bunch of clothing and body stuff, and I probably wouldn't do any of that. One, because I'm probably going to be playing all of it in first person, and two, because I don't want to deal with anything that ends up being weird. I'm not going to change the body types or anything like that. But it would be, I think it would be fun, and I just missed that game. Also, I've never played New Vegas with dual monitor. I've always had like my iPad or something if I had to look up something, or if I wanted to solve a quest right, or if I was confused about where a thing was. So it would be kind of fun to just like have my other monitor open to, the wiki, and just have all the answers. So, Hygarian, hello and welcome. How's it going so far? It's great. So we're actually taking apart. We built the moon base, because it's a 3-in-1 kit. The Explorer. So it was really nice to kind of take everything apart. And now we're taking it apart. We built the base, and we're now taking the whole thing apart so that we can work on the rover, and that's what we'll do for the rest of the stream. Johnny says, hey, spoilers, New Vegas is not particularly multitask friendly, unfortunately. That engine likes to get upset if you tab out of it. That's good to know. Hi, Johnny. So it might make sense for me to have my laptop while I'm playing it, or my iPad mini open to the FAQ. But I also can try it out. And also, like I said, I don't know. Oh, hey, Board, welcome. Happy to have you here, Board. So yeah, for those that are just joining, that came in, um, we built all of the moon base. I took a photo of it. It'll be on my Twitter. And now we're taking apart everything and kind of just knolling by color. And then we got to build. We're going to start building the um, the rover. And then we'll build the rover, and then we'll do exactly the same thing of taking it apart, and then we'll build the space shuttle, and we'll leave it as the space shuttle. Um, but I definitely want to do the full effect. I didn't want to just build the space shuttle and then be like, and we're done. I want to do the whole thing because this is the first 3-in-1 we've ever had. Uh, and so I wanted to get the whole experience. It's nice to have everybody in here. It's very fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try. I've been thinking about this Fallout New Vegas run where I just like kind of explore everything and I don't really worry. And it's kind of just like a tourism. You do all the stuff I want to do. I play as pretty much a very good guy. I don't steal. I go very high karma. I don't mess with the companions that I don't want to mess with, that are kind of like more on the evil side. Gonna help Cassidy out. I'm gonna, sometimes I never meet Boone. Sometimes I just never meet him because he's depressing, and it would be nice to help him out, but sometimes I never meet Boone. But yeah, I want to like do that run. It'd be fun. Oh yeah, well, Epic. What you do is you console command yourself a bunch of caps, and then you also console command so that your luck is set to 10, and then you just go in to the casino and you just win a bunch of money, and it's very fun. Yeah, buying your way into the strip is so easy. But yeah, get yourself some Chinese armor. There's also in the don't steal, you mean you turn off all the penalties so you don't get dinged pursued. No, Frey, I mean that I don't like. There are weapons in the game that it would be nice to have that you have to like pickpocket somebody to get. I don't even worry about that. If there's something I really want, I will just use console commands to make it exist suddenly in my inventory. And then suddenly I've got, Chinese armor, which is like leftover from Fallout 3. And the default gun, which is just a pistol that does an incredible amount of damage that was meant for demos and shouldn't be it isn't in the real game, but is still in the console commands. It's very fun. All right, so we finished knolling this almost, and now that wasn't too bad, but it's a good thing we had our separator because there were a couple pieces there that were a little tricky. So now we can just build whatever we want, which in this case is this set. It'll be a little harder here because our knolling isn't as precise as it previously was, but it'll still be nice and easy. If all goes right, I start the massive Lego Millennium Falcon on Monday. I'm saying that here so I can be held accountable for starting this thing. Asmo, congratulations. As you know, we built the 2011 Millennium Falcon, which is not the biggest Millennium Falcon that exists in Lego. That was an undertaking on its own, just as it was, certainly. I'm going to have a little water, folks. My throat's a little dry, so hold on a second. I don't steal in Bethesda games just because it's immensely breaking for me. Hello, I am crunched down because of some stats. You cannot see me take the item out of your pocket. Yeah, it is a little bit like lore breaking. It's one thing to crack a safe. It's another thing to go into somebody's house and take something that doesn't belong to you. And it's certainly different. Pickpocketing is kind of nonsense. So I understand that. Harold says, I got to go. Some friends of mine are doing a PAX panel on one of the streaming theaters. That's awesome. We'll enjoy that. Harold, good night, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much. As always, Harold. I am the most thief in all of those games. Yeah, I'm just not that. I've watched a bunch of videos. Fallout 4, I didn't go down the Brotherhood of Steel route because one of the things about the Brotherhood of Steel route is that you have to go to settlements and be like, you give food to the Brotherhood of Steel or we kill you. And I was like, nope, no thanks. Like, nah, I'm 100% gonna be a Minuteman in that. And then uh, literally, I only side really in New Vegas. The reason why I side with the NCR, but get a good ending with the NCR as much as possible. The reason why I settle them as much as I do is because it's the best ending for the the Followers of the Apocalypse. Followers of the Apocalypse, in a New Vegas ending, they eventually just get run out of Freeside, and it's a bummer for them. But there's a way to make it so they get the support from the NCR, and then they kind of thrive and they're respected and protected. And the Followers of the Apocalypse are so nice that I want good things for them. But I get this weird ending where I get the remnants of the Enclave to come help me, and I get this one weird chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel who are have a treaty with the NCR, and I make it so that guy doesn't kill himself, and disgrace the NCR, and the soldiers don't die, and I make it so that and I mean the what they call it the Great Khans. The Great Khans are really just, I mean, they're a sad gang. I mean, they're just old, washed out raiders, but I still make it so that they escape and get some power. I always kill Caesar. I mean, I'm always going to kill Caesar. I mean, that's just the way things are going to be. But yeah, I can't not but be as much I'll take revenge. I'm a revenge thing. Mutants die, I'm gonna go and kill centaurs. Even go out of my way to go kill them. I'm gonna go kill that blind Deathclaw. But I still try to be a good player. Johnny says my thing in Skyrim is that I pick up every book I find. I feel that. But yeah, I've never completed a playthrough of Fallout New Vegas siding with Caesar's Legion. And also, predominantly, I play as a female character, but that's besides the point. It's not going to happen. Caesar is not just even an interesting villain. The Legion is the least interesting thing in New Vegas. Yeah, I mean, that's what they've always said. The main thing that a lot of people working on that game is that Obsidian didn't have a lot of time. You have to understand. I mean, and you understand, folks know, they did not have time to make that game. And the thing that a lot of the devs say they regret is they didn't fully flesh out the Caesar's Legion side. And you can see that more in the Institute in Fallout 4, which obviously not the same devs at all, but that's a more fleshed out faction. Although I will say a thing that bumps me out about Fallout 4, which I way prefer more about New Vegas, is that there are a bunch of smaller little independent factions you can have a lot of fun with, and I really enjoy that. That's the thing I always appreciated about New Vegas, is that they're just a lot of cool stuff you can do with the boomers and the followers and the kings and all that. There's so many cool little factions that you don't get in 4. I think 4, the best thing in 4 is probably the Atom Cats are my favorite little weird crew. They don't mean anything for the larger game. They're just fun. And they got some cool lore to them. But I think to me that's the thing that I'm always just that's what I love about New Vegas, is just hell yeah, I did a lot of cool shit for the boomers and now they're gonna help me fight. That's rad. The big battle is so much better when you can do all the quests and get people to side with you and do all that stuff. And now I'm getting excited about it. I think that'll probably be in February. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do at least a little bit of just messing around in New Vegas with a bunch of mods. So I'll start researching mods for that. Asmo says, uh, any interest in going back to Fallout 1 or 2 after a New Vegas game? Fallout 3 was my first Fallout game, and I went back and played some of 1 and 2, and I like them. It's just it's a weird place to start with when you've done 3 to go back, because those kinds of games weren't games I played. I didn't play a lot of PC games of those era, so it's a little hard to go back. Board says there's a mod for the Atom Cats to make them a full faction you could join. I didn't know that. That's cool. I always thought about making that like a player base, because there's a mod where you can just make you can add a workshop to a bunch of places and make them bases there in Fallout 4. And I've always thought about doing that, and just making like my player home with the Atom Cats, like right next to it or something. Just chill with them. Yeah, they're certainly they are. The early Fallout games are very interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I would, play those as like a retrospective or anything. I don't know if I would, what I would necessarily get out of that. But it could be interesting. So that's too big. So we just gotta put that there. No, that's too small. That's the right size, and then 2 long grays. All right, so we haven't talked about anime yet. So let's get into it. I watched a few things. First and foremost, today was the second episode of ENDRO. ENDRO is the slice of life show I'm looking for. It is silly. It is I talked about it on Thursday. It's a very fun show. The premise of it is that the Demon Lord was defeated by an error done by some adventurers, and they all got traveled back in time to before these adventurers were still still in school. And the Demon Lord remembers that they traveled back in time. She's now a tiny little fun, cute little Demon Lord posing as their teacher, and she's trying to make it so that they don't succeed in fighting a Demon Lord, or getting to become great adventurers and eventually facing her. It's really fun because the adventurers are all fun, and it's basically a slice of life show. It's a slice of life show that's also an epic adventure show, and I love it. And there aren't really slice of life shows happening right now. There's some romance shows, but like Date Alive 3, which no, thank you, not my thing. There's some action in those, but still not my thing. Or I think I'm done with the other show that I've been watching, which is the Quintessential Quintuplets. Because I think that show, there's an interesting idea there with a whole show which premises that this guy who needs money to get out of some trouble that his parents put him in and take care of his younger sister, takes a job being a tutor for quintuplets. And they're all of different personalities. And a lot of sexual hijinks ensue. And I wasn't super into it. So, meh. Not super thrilled on that one. That's not really a slice of life. That's more of a just straight up romance show. But yeah, it didn't hit me that hard. So, not feeling that show. Probably not going to stick with it. I might give it one more episode because there's a lot. Still have not watched Girly Air Force. I'm going to try to watch that for next week. Have not watched it yet. I watched the first episode of, and I'm behind because of that, but I watched the first episode of Magical Girl Spec-Ops Asuka, and I like it. As I've said, I'm not particularly interested in the Magical Girl, but it's a dark reality, like, oh, isn't it fucked up that like this happens? Because it's not quite that. There's still some goofiness to it. But basically the idea is that there were 5 magical girls that showed up because demons from another dimension came. And they defeated them. And now things aren't great, but they're better. Uh, and one of them is like trying to just be a high school girl. But then things are fucked up, so she can't really be a high school girl. So it's interesting. And then more monsters show up. And so it's that thing of like, it's not tweens, it's like late teens. So there's something interesting. Um, there's something interesting there. I think it's cool. Um, Board says I've watched the 2 episodes of Girly Air Force. They're not bad, but it's generic. Yeah. Right now, the things that I would recommend are that time I got reincarnated as a slime is still happening. This last episode was very fun. With some cool world building stuff. I think in this next episode there's going to be some action happening, so I'm excited about that. Um, that's good. My roommate is a cat is very good. Um, Dororo, which is on Amazon Prime, very good. Um, I'm definitely going to keep watching that for at least a little while, I think. And Mob Psycho 102. Season 2 of Mob Psycho is good. So far. Really feeling that. And I'm sure there's stuff I haven't watched yet that, you know, like I said, I haven't checked out Girly Air Force Base, or Girly Air Force. It's not an Air Force Base. Uh, but yeah, you know, and there's some other stuff happening that I just I don't, it's not on my radar. I'm sure there's shows that people really like. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that is out there that people are really into that I'm just not watching yet, but I don't know. I don't know if there is. If there's anything you're watching, you can always let me know. I like hearing about the anime that people are checking out. I binged through a lot of, because that's how I like to watch. I watched a lot of episodes of Fairy Tail because I'd never watched it when it was out. So now I'm kind of just binging through it. I'm liking it. This one took a little while to ramp up, but I'm enjoying it now. So I'm going to keep watching that. But like letting episodes build up. And then am I caught up on Black Clover? I don't know. Let me check. Rise of the Shield Hero. I'm not watching. I'm not watching. Yeah, a bunch of this stuff that's like just there's a lot of a Boogie Pop and others doesn't seem interesting to me. Okay, I am caught up on Black Clover. That's right. Yeah, I'm caught up on Black Clover. And yeah, Boogie Pop and others just didn't seem like something I want to see. And then The Price of Smiles is just like, nah. And that's the same reason for The Princess Smiles is in the same category for me as what's the other one that's in there? That Fairy Tale one where I'm just like, nope, 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 nope. My heart can't take these things. Probably not interested. Yeah, I mean, bored. I mean, it just started. For me, it's that there's still plenty of stuff that I really like, so I'm definitely happy. Um, like, I get more of the show I liked a lot last season, so I'm happy about that. And there's, it's not, yeah, it's not the most popular stuff coming out. Um, but I'm liking the thing so far. I think my roommate is a cat is really good immediately, so I'm interested in that. Watching more of that. I think, like I said, ENDRO isn't special. It's not. It to me, ENDRO right now is scratching an itch, but it's not my favorite. It's not a new favorite for the slice of life genre. It's not changing me and my perspective on things, but it's good. Yeah, there's nothing like outside of like I think Slime. There's nothing like that I would consider incredible right now. I think Mob Psycho is good. I think it's starting off good, and I think it only can get better. Actually, I put this in the wrong place. It goes there. There we go. But I'm looking forward to seeing where Mob goes. But all right, this here. Gotta put our front bumper on our rover. I don't know why a space rover needs a front bumper, but we'll put it on there. And a grill. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there aren't like a bunch of shows I'm excited about like I was last season. Last season I had Slime, and I had uh what had Honda-san, and I had um uh Miss Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood. Like there were shows that I was super into, and I don't have that as much this particular season. But like I said, we'll see what happens. There's some interesting things, and like I said, I haven't watched all of the new shows yet. That Promised Neverland thing seems like people seem to like it, and apparently it's very good as far as the source material. But that just seems like a show that I'm not. It's not for me. All right, so put this on there. Just building our rover. So, like I said earlier in the stream, folks weren't here at the beginning of the stream. I'm going to put a poll up on my Twitter tomorrow, and then I'll tweet about it, and I'll put a poll up there. I'll put it in the Discord. I'll send a message to subscribers and to everybody to kind of get the word. It'll be like a 24-hour poll. The big question is, what should I do with my third weekly stream? Because as it turns out right now, it looks like 9 o'clock and later, like I have had 0 drop frames at 9 p.m., but I can't do daytime streams right now. Just my current setup, current internet. It might be the construction next door. It might just be that my roommate is working from home lately, but I don't think that's it. It could be a couple things, but whatever it is, I just drop frames during the day, and it's bad. Really, anytime before like 8 p.m., I think. So 9 p.m. seems to be the sweet spot. So, considering that, where I'm at with that, I'm going to put a poll up about when I'm going to stream my third weekly stream. I will continue Thursdays and Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That will remain the same. But I'm going to put a poll up if I should do a stream that is late night. Like I'm talking like Monday night, 1 a.m., maybe 1:30 a.m. for safety's sake when I get home from work on Mondays. So basically really Tuesday stream, if I should do that, or if I should do a day stream that involves me traveling to a rehearsal space, in which case I can't, I have to book a space, and I can't do them, and I don't know exactly when, so it'll be sporadic, and I can't guarantee it'll be every Monday at these times. So that's kind of where I'm at, and then also the road one means that, like, it's definitely harder for me to do stuff because I have to take all my gear with me. So I'm going to put that out there. And if people want me to do a late night stream, then Monday night I will do a late night stream. Do the first one and figure out like the time this coming Monday, which will really be Tuesday for the East Coast. So it'll just be like kind of late for the West Coast. It'll be maybe nice to do something that goes a little later for y'all, but it'll be me doing it after work. Or if I should do just like whenever I can during the day. I really wanted to do an afternoon stream. I really wanted to do that 3:30 to 5:30 stream every Monday. And I won't be able to do that if I'm if I do it on the road, or not the road, but like uh, wherever I can, because I'll have to be done. So it'll be like maybe 3 to 5, because then I have to commute to work. Um, Live from New York, it's Pat Baer night. Yeah. Uh, your show right now is not an anime but Steven Universe. Oh, you got the Blu-ray. That's awesome. I love Steven Universe. It is a fantastic, lovely show. Um, I love how fast it goes from being very silly to very silly Heart of Gold with a lot of real shit. Space shit, but real shit. It's real fast. All right, so fun there. But yeah, love Steven Universe. So yeah, so that's what I'm deciding right now. Like the stream I did on Thursday, I think worked out pretty good. It's running on my laptop, which I don't love to run on stuff on my laptop. I much prefer to be on this computer. But also, like I want to stream 3 times a week, and I don't know. I also like don't know if people are gonna like watch a night stream. I don't know. I'm gonna put the poll out, and then I think this Monday night I'm gonna do a really late stream. The old tech. Also, it's annoying to do a thing that starts because it's like it's a Monday night stream. Technically, it's Tuesday. Like that shit sucks, and I don't know what like deal with that, but I don't know. I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. And just test it out and see if that's something that people are into. But I'll put the poll, like I said, I'll put the poll out. Yeah, I mean yes, space anime and Goku are all real things. Yeah, I mean that's the real thing is I gotta try it. I've never done a really late one. I don't know if like my body should be okay with handling a late night stream like that, but like after working, well, probably what I'll do is go to sleep early and on Sunday, and then just try to rest up. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know if it'll work out, but I mean, I usually don't go to sleep until 2 a.m., so I tune it on while I'm in bed. Yeah, I mean, like I think people would be up. It's usually just I'm coming from work and I'm not like exhausted, but I do like to decompress. And instead of decompressing, I would just go into streaming, which is a different, just more energy. And but like I'd be able to set everything up so that I would just come home from work, turn the stream on, set myself to like figure out what time I would want to start at, which like work finishes up at like 11:30 on a Monday. Give myself time to get home, to be able to get set up, and like relax a little bit after work, and then start streaming. So it's like, yeah, that sounds doable. Okay, so I need what shape is this here? This is a dark gray. Here it is. Found it. The pieces that I didn't use to build the moon base here are like kind of buried under pieces now, so I gotta find them. They're not terribly hard to find. Goku is the realest anime. Bored, I will not disagree with you. As we said, Goku is real and he's my friend. So as long as we're all understand that Goku's real and cool and real cool. But yeah, so I'm thinking of like a 1 a.m. stream. I think that's going to be how it goes. Should be interesting. But yeah, I'll try that on a Monday. So I'll just start doing a Monday night stream. And I'm bummed that because I really want to do an afternoon stream for you all. Also, eventually I won't have like the space that I recorded on Thursday and then I could book, I can't book on Monday because it's closed, is a free space. But like that's not going to last because it's related to my work. So eventually I won't be an employee in there. And so I won't be guaranteed free space. I might get free space. I won't be guaranteed it. So when that happens, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be. I figure out a way to do this from home. And then also, like, The kit we're working on next is a big box. It's a really big box. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep traveling with that and then risking damage every time you're traveling and all that. It's just like, it sounds bad. Board says I regained my sanity and stopped my rewatch of Bleach, going back to the original plan of watching Mob Season 1. Hell yeah. Here's the thing. I like Bleach, but there's so much of it. I never finished it. I watched a bunch of clips of some later stuff. But yeah, there's just so much Bleach. All right, we got our solar thing here on our rover. Just a reminder here, folks, as we're going to build for a few more minutes, but consider becoming a subscriber. It really is huge if folks can do that. Allows me to keep doing all of this. If there's anything on my wish list you'd like to buy, feel free to do that. Links to all the stuff we talked about that were in the chat are also going to be in the show description on the YouTube video. I always make sure I do that, so you can always watch it later on YouTube if you missed it live. I archive every build stream on my YouTube channel. They're also in VOD, but not as much. You really don't need to watch any Bleach past the Soul Study arc. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it gets like bad or anything, but you know, that is probably the highlight, and it does maybe have diminishing returns. I think some of the hollow Ichigo stuff is interesting, but I can see where you're coming from there. I did watch the first 3 seasons, which led up to Ichigo rescuing Rukia. In my opinion, they are the strongest seasons in Good Place to Stop. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like I said, I enjoyed some of the Hollow stuff. I thought the Hollow, like some of that was very cool. But I understand if you were like, meh, I'm good. I get that. Yeah, I think some of the fights are interesting. And of course, blowing out all his abilities, Ichigo is interesting. Okay, so put that there. This here. We got our back bumper going on. Heck yeah. We are almost done, so we're going to finish this up. Even we won't go past, but we're going to finish up the rover so that we did 2 out of 3 builds, which is awesome. Which means that after I take this photo, before my next build, which I guess is going to be either Monday late night, I'm thinking of Monday late night, unless like the response is just like, never, no, or like maybe Wednesday during the day. Either of those. So my next stream will either be Monday late night or Wednesday during the day. And either way, we'll build the space shuttle part of this. So in between that, I will take this apart. So I saw an ad for Attila Battle Angel. Is that based on an anime? Yes. So the thing about it is that it's based on an anime that I think is good and some people love, but I just think is good. And then also, that movie looks frightening and bad, and I know the lead actress from, like, we did a bunch of College Humor stuff together over the years, and she's great, and I feel bad that she's in a movie that I think looks terrible. I feel very bad about that. I think she's just going to get dunked on by the internet for being in a bad-looking movie, which is a shame. All right, that's our rover. So we got a lot of pieces left over from this build. But yeah, we finished our rover. Let's put them on there. I think it looks cool from the one trailer. Yeah, I just think her eyes, like the CG stuff with her eyes, really freaks me out, and I'm not into it. But yeah, so we used almost all of the pieces for the base, but this rover we used so few pieces. But we finished it, so we did 2 out of 3, which is pretty cool. We can put our friend in there. We'll just do that. Oops. Okay, pump it down. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Yeah, Johnny, I understand. Uh, well, also she's been in some. She was like in the second and third of the that Runner, whatever it is, that series of movies. So she's been in some movies. She's doing stuff. This is her first like big role, uh, and she's great. So it is like I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Um, so this is done. This is the Rover. We finished the Rover, and then we're gonna we'll do the rest of it. Like I said, I'm gonna put a poll out tomorrow. I'm thinking I'm gonna try a Monday late night stream after I got Maze Runner. Thank you, Santini. Maze Runner. She's in the second and third Maze Runner movies, so she's done some stuff and she's cool. But anyway, thanks so much for watching here on the. I'll go to the Build with Bear workshop. I'll be back either Monday night or Wednesday afternoon with another stream. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad to do a full stream here in my apartment with all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday and great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you soon.